so we can move on to the next talk, which is a lightning talk by Carmen Delgado, the Program Manager of the Adoptium Working Group. I work closely with Carmen on our marketing efforts and promoting Adoptium's key initiatives. She plays a key role in helping our working group deliver on its goals. And Carmen's talk, Adoptium 2025 Review and Plan, will give us a quick look back at this year's progress and what's ahead of us as we shape the future of Adoptium. Over to you, Carmen.
Thank you, Shamnan. This is the last session. I will keep it as quick as possible. Thank you all for joining all these almost 4 hours and for our speakers to be here. I will share my screen. Okay, this is a 2025 review. Even though you already have some summaries and highlights from our speakers when they were presented project status, and then and then with Shelley doing the special session talking about what happened in the first half of the year. If you missed my first introductory session, and if you don't know who I am, I'm Carmen Delgado. I've been part of Adopting Community since this week will be 3 years already. So thank you for welcoming me back in the day. I'm also mentor and organizer of Step Forward, which is volunteer program for women in tech. I'm on since 2 years ago, and I have Venezuelan and Spanish, and I always like to highlight this part because hence my English accent. So if you want to follow me and know about what I'm sharing and what I'm interested of, you can follow using the same handle for X, Blue Sky, Mastodon, LinkedIn, and even GitHub with all my talks and blogs and sessions. I wanted to summarize Eclipse Adoption projects by numbers. This is a reflection of the success, as actually say, that highlight that maybe we are the second most downloaded runtime. And these are the figures from the last year, the last couple of years since the team joined, migrated to Eclipse Foundation. You can see exponential growth on downloads, and this year we have achieved two milestones, 600 and 700 cumulative downloads, and we're still counting. In 1 month we have 30 more additional millions of downloads. That means that that's a lot of infrastructure and things to maintain. I wanted to screenshot. I was looking at the Q3 stat, and I wanted to screenshot which are the most used version from our downloads, and there is still Java JDK 8 and JDK 11. So we welcome, after the migration toolkit session and all the information we highlighted here, we welcome our users to work on that migration. I know some of these users are enterprise users and you have a lot of constraint of doing that, but this is helpful for your security enhancement and all the security supply chains that need to be implemented in your development and production system. Again, Shelly already talked about this, how many builds where the team is maintaining every time they do a CPU release. And this year we can highlight that every CPU release we have the highest amount of builds to maintain per release. January release was the biggest one ever with 58 release, and it looks like the trend will continue. And as we're planning 2026, that's a thing the project management committee will take into account. Commit activities, something I want to highlight is that 2025 is year to date, so it's up to September 30. Still, all these bills, all the millions of downloads, all these projects are being maintained for a decreasing number of commit authors. That's mean even though they have been talking about all the automation project they have implemented, all the enhancement, all the improvement they're working on, and how they're using the tool. This is a call to collaborate with the community and to help all this wonderful team to continue building their projects. On a note, we are not including here Temurin compliance, and that is a prior project, and we don't share metrics about that project. Community update from 2026, 2025. Last year, I also shared these goals. These are the goals for this year. We have been working through the year, and we are running now the last quarter. Oops. So the first goal is vibrant, healthy projects. That means that we need to guarantee all the needed resources for our community to work on their projects and to help them to feel motivated to continue working and improving and sharing knowledge and etc. that is needed. Premier product positioning, we are already there. We are already one of the most downloaded products, so we need to keep track on what our users needs, so that implies to do also additional work regarding quality, performance, security, compliance, etc., etc. That means that's why secure software is a full goal, because we as a community understand how important that is for our user. And advanced development is to try to collaborate, at least for this year, with other upstream projects, with other Java projects, Eclipse Foundation projects that could bring back to the project, or the other way around, like other projects and yes, stakeholders that could find interested different adoption projects. So the community is open to have this collaboration, and actually they did with the Arctic project for terminal compliance automation, and the Trellis initiative for Aquavit, and uh, other users using also Aquavit for their own builds. So let's see what we have done for Vibrant and Healthy project. I said this is linked to how we support the community and all the work they're doing. Support the community growth. Shelly already presented the new contributors program we have been part of, 2 semester of code program. Okay, Google Summer of Code, a semester of code program. We have a pay inter sponsored by an enterprise user. We have new contributors that help build and launch the new website. We had new Aquabit project leads announcement, and the community and members are supporting JDK 8 at least until December 2030. Information dissemination, we had up to today lightning talks, webinars, a ton of news, blog posts, and announcements in our news/news at adoptium.net. We also promote our top contributors. We do release awareness, we do program plan awareness, and we have launched the Sustainer program and engage across Java technologies, say all the work related to the release of terminal compliant automation, Aquavit engagement, and all the SBOM improvement. So thank you. I have created this special live because this was a big project for 2025. It's an example that not all the technical contribution needed here is not all about Java technology. We have to launch this website, and it was done thanks to the community, George, Xavier, and Jesse, and also to the Adoptium Marketing Subcommittee members and Eclipse Foundation team members. If you want to collaborate with this project, we are still running some enhancement to be done, and there is there is a open repo. These stats are from the archive repo, the old one. Also, highlighting again the top contributors for this year's. In Q1, we had Lanchia. She already presented a session today together with Long Yu. He was the Q2. And Sophia Wu, also so Q2. And stay tuned to figure out who is the Q3 top contributor of Adoption projects. Premier product positioning, as I said, this is about guaranteed and give kind of tranquility to our users. So we are running and supporting 58 builds. As mentioned, The team is still working on releasing all the builds and all the feature releases, etc. Even though they don't have early access, and there is a smaller team dedicated to all the release work that needs to be done since July. And Shelly already talked about this at the special session. There was a huge work done by all the technical community focused on the Q2 miracle for all the release automation, and we have achieved the milestone of 700 million cumulative downloads and 23 million monthly downloads by the end of August. We're also supporting this premier product positioning with marketing material, the new website, the new sustainer program. We have a new members page. We have a new case study just released yesterday that talk about why an enterprise using is supporting a project as Adoption, an open source project, as an enterprise member. We did our press release. It's like a summary of all the effort done. Also in like a Nigerian review since from May to May. Uh, this year we have a lot of representation at different Java events with talks and booths as referent as events such as DevNext, Javaland, and JCOM, and Oscar Fest in Africa, tax session, and different online and open source a community awareness events, and also community presence, and one of the most important open source events, which is Fosten in Belgium. Thank you to our release champions. Shelly really explained that roles are important, and in every release we have a release champions that is leading the way to all the teams that needs to work to get the release done. It's just following the checklist, all the steps that needs to be implemented, and yes, is championing that effort, which is a very big one. And so far we had 5 release champions. This work was done thanks to the support. Thanks. Okay, I haven't headphone issues. Thanks to the support of. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you, Carmen.
Okay, perfect. This all the releases are done thanks to the support of the Temurin Compliance, Aquabit, and infrastructure team from both Adoptium community committers and also Eclipse Foundation team. But these are the phases of the releases. So secure software, there was an important milestone of provide a secure mechanism for external and public verification. Yes, I will go back. Yes, the first release champions used to be Red Hat, and now they moved to be IBM. Most of them are previous Red Hat team. Okay. So provide mechanisms for external verification. This is a project called attestation of all the builds. It's part of the security work. It's a project that is still in progress. Even so, they have to achieve all the effort to focus on the Q2 miracle. The team is working again on this, and one thing we need is to get a third-party verification from working group members to finally release the project and get it accessible for any build distributor or anyone that is using Temurin and needs to run this as part of their security supply chain development. And Hazen Security, there's a lot of work on the disclosure report, and also we have the semester of code students working on different part of the secure development work and pursue additional secure software criteria. Shelly already talked about this, and other and Kenji did also that Temurin builds have salsa level L3 for at least the primary builds, the primary platform, but the team is very aware of any new updates on any new specification that is needs to be achieved by the community and by the team. They will work on that. So how do we support all this effort? There is a lot of marketing effort running to support the program goals, and we have two specific like goals. One is membership and sponsorship growth. That's why we have been working on continue targeting enterprise user with this new website look and feel and flow information flow. We have the new sustainer program that including sponsorship tiers, what are the key initiatives you're supporting, and you can use the ROI machine, the ROI calculator to understand how much you have saved by migrating to an open source solution. Because remember, free of charge doesn't mean that cost free. It has a cost to maintain your infrastructure. New members page that also includes all the benefits tiers and how can you join and how important it is for the community for you to be a member. We just launched the Bloomberg case study. You can check on the QR to read about this case study, and we do a lot of event outreach targeting enterprise user and increase awareness and other projects adoption. As said, Adoptium is more than Temurin, so we have been working on running that awareness with newsletters and magazine presence, the press release, release announcement, of course, celebrating 30 years of Java, promoting project committers, contributors, and support path, new contributor program, like everything else on the different project status. We also have some newsletter about that and so on. So how can you help? The work is not done, it's not finished. We still have a lot of things to do and implement, and we need our community support. So how can you involve? You can be an observer. You can follow us on our different communication channels, Slack, mailing list, social media, follow our news, wherever you feel is the best channel for you. Be part of that channel. You can join our community calls. You can register to our different virtual events. We have the Adoptium webinar series open that we are targeting, as we had two sessions here on how your project is running using Temurin, and we want to learn what is this project doing and what are their needs, why they decided to use Temurin above other solutions. As a consumer, use our projects and provide feedback. And when in doubt, you can raise an issue on GitHub. The community is very open to those feedback. You can do technical contributions. You can choose projects of interest. You have security development work. You have quality work. You have a distribution work website. You have dashboard engagement, like data analysis, like wherever you want to help in a technical way. A lot of automations. There are different projects. You just join the Slack and ask for guidance on where to contribute. You need to follow some legal technicalities and documentations and bureaucracy, but that's part of the process, and we're here to help. And if you want to do not technical contribution, you can do social media amplification, create content, and how you're using our technologies, submit talks, and attend our events, watch our videos, our YouTube channel. You can become an adopter, that's for free, to showcase how your company is supporting adopting community. You can become a sustainer, even though we have a very structured corporate sponsorship tiers, which are kind of high, the minimum value. You can also support as a small company using the individual sustainer path. We had have some contribution from startups using that individual sustainer path. Or you can become a member and be part of the governance of the working group. So help us shape the future of adoption. We have opened an issue on GitHub, and we would like to hear your feedback on what do you want to see next year. And the community, both the technical community, project, and working group, we take your feedback into consideration to plan next year, as we are now running the planning cycle for next year, and provide you feedback about this Adoption Summit edition to both the event itself and the session length, the speaker, and what the topics. We are open to improve, and your feedback is much valuable. Thank you again to all the speakers, all attendees, and these are all the social medias for everything. Myself, Adoption, and Eclipse Foundation.
Great. Thanks, Carmen, for your updates on Adoptium's initiatives. And thank you, everyone, for being part of today's Adoptium Summit. It's been a fantastic day of sharing talks and updates for sure. And a big thank you to our speakers for their time and contributions, and of course, our program committee members for their efforts in making this summit possible.